How does moral relativism affect personal responsibility? Have you ever wondered how our beliefs about right and wrong shape our sense of responsibility? Today, we will discuss moral relativism and its impact on personal accountability. Moral relativism is the idea that moral judgments vary based on cultural, historical, or individual perspectives. This means that what one group sees as right, another might view as wrong. This perspective significantly influences how we think about personal responsibility. First, moral judgments depend on context. An action that is responsible in one culture may not be seen the same way in another. For example, a community might value communal decisions over individual choices, affecting how responsibility is assigned. This challenges the idea that everyone has fixed moral duties, suggesting that responsibility can shift based on circumstances. Next, moral relativism allows for flexibility in how we evaluate our actions. Instead of measuring ourselves against a universal standard, we look at the norms of our own culture. This can create a more adaptable understanding of personal responsibility. However, it also means that accountability might not be as clear-cut. If moral standards differ widely, it can complicate how we determine if someone is truly responsible for their actions. Another aspect to consider is how moral relativism promotes tolerance. By acknowledging that others may have different moral frameworks, we can become more understanding. This encourages us to engage with others empathetically, rather than judging them solely based on our own beliefs. This sense of responsibility to understand others can lead to more harmonious interactions. However, there are challenges as well. If all moral viewpoints are seen as equally valid, it becomes difficult to criticize harmful practices. This raises questions about our responsibility to challenge behaviors that may be harmful, even if they are accepted in our own culture. Finally, moral relativism influences our ethical decision-making. It suggests that we should be aware of the cultural norms surrounding us and act accordingly. This places importance on being sensitive to context rather than following strict rules. While this can empower our moral judgment, it can also create uncertainty about what the right action is. In summary, moral relativism affects personal responsibility by framing it as dependent on cultural and contextual factors. This leads to a more flexible understanding of accountability, where tolerance and awareness of context play significant roles. However, it also raises challenges in establishing clear standards for moral evaluation across different moral systems.